Hello and welcome to another video here on DAX Wednesdays. In this video, we're going to have a look at a DAX function called a DATEDIFF. Is a short form of date difference. It belongs to the date and time family of DAX functions. Let's switch to Power BI for the demonstration. So in this Power BI report, we have a table called DATEDIFF table with two columns in it. The first column is just one date of Christmas Day 2024, whereas in the second column, date B, we have once again the Christmas days, but they are ranging from Christmas Day 2018 all the way to Christmas Day 2031. So right in the middle, you'll see there's a row in which we have Christmas Day 2024 on date A side, whereas we have Christmas Day 2024 one more time on the date B side. Now, what does the DATEDIFF DAX function lets you do is to find the difference in either days, in minutes, in hours, in seconds, in weeks that we have between the two dates that we have provided in its arguments. Now, for example, let's try inserting a new column over here. We'll call it DATEDIFF underscore day is equal to one more time DATEDIFF. Now, DATEDIFF takes in three arguments. The first two are the date values. So over here, we're going to provide the date columns, which are nothing but date A as the first argument, put in a comma, and date B column as the second argument, inside a comma. So as we said before, we have a possibility to find out the difference in days, hours, minutes, months that we can find out between two date values that we have provided. In this column, we're going to just find out the difference in days between these two date values. Now you'll see it has provided us the difference, let it be the negative difference or the positive difference between the two date values that we have provided. So previously in Power BI, we only had an option of having the first date value to be earlier than the date value that we provide in the second argument. Now it can be either or. So we can have an earlier date as the first argument and a later date the second argument, or we can have a later date as the first argument, and for the second argument we'll have an earlier date. So this date difference DAX function will adjust accordingly and provide you either the negative difference or positive difference. So as you can see, the point of reference that it has taken is today's day, which is 25 December, Christmas Day. And if the second date value is in the past, it will provide you a negative difference. And if the second date value is in the future, it will provide you a positive difference. And we are not only restricted to finding out the difference in days, there are 7 other possibilities. So I'm going to add those 7 columns for you based upon intervals. So there you go. I have added the remaining 7 columns where we can find out the difference in hours, minutes, months, quarters, even in seconds, weeks, and year. So date difference is flexible when it comes to the kind of interval that we need to find out for the difference between the two dates that we have provided. You can use this DAX function in your data model whenever you require to find out the difference between two dates. There's just one thing that I want you to keep in mind. We can use the DATEDIFF DAX functions to create columns alone. We cannot create a measure. For instance, if I were to click over here, new measure, let's say DATEDIFF example, I'll type in DATEDIFF again. Now, since this is a measure, you can identify that it is a measure by looking at this icon near the new measure that we are trying to insert in our data model. One more time, it's asking us an argument of the date value. But can I provide the date column like I did in the previous cases? I'm typing date to find out date A, but it doesn't let me choose this date column, date A. So there is this one thing that you need to keep in mind about date difference when you are trying to use this. You can only use this when you are using columns and not measures. So that's all for this video. Let me know in the comments below of what you thought about this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next video.